Hello everybody, welcome to another daily dose of gaming news and all that good stuff. Yesterday I only had like one stuff to talk about, but I had a busy day yesterday, so let's get started. This is it. I didn't want to do a video with just one rant. Yeah, regarding the 4070 confirmation supposedly of the CUDA cores, 12 gigabytes GDDR6X. This is all to some GPU-Z validation. There'll be some testing supposedly. But yeah, I will continue to ramble about this thing over and over and over again. The fact that this 70 class is not going good. They boast about, like, for example, L2 cache. It has even less CUDA cores. The RT cores are whatever. It supposedly has more base clock, but that is mainly by the fact of it is from the architecture being different. It managed to get more clocks, which can be useful or not, depending. But usually the main takeaway of this new this ADA lovelace from NVIDIA, it's the memory and the memory bus. They are completely strangled. These GPUs, how do you call it? The planned obsolescence of this kind of technology, at least that NVIDIA is taking part of. It's very noticeable. If you didn't look at, but there is a lot of videos of guys that do a lot of reviews, they do a lot of testing, and the opinion, even insiders and everything. The overall consensus is basically they just are planning obsolescence for example, for you to basically put a GPU just enough to handle until the next series comes. In this case, the 5000 series, for you to have to buy it, because when that time comes, like almost like an early, I suppose, early launch of new products, that's why they make money with new technologies, because these ones they will not age not well. The fact that even the pricing is over the top, the memory bus is plus the memory size, especially in this kind of cards. The 4070 Ti already struggles in some games at the moment in some scenarios with 1440p, which is like the resolution that supposedly this GPU is made for, even though it sometimes can play in 4K, but you have to load a lot of stuff here and there. But in 1440p, it's already in some games it will struggle, and it's not only about the fact that the games are not well optimized. It's also the fact that, and I've been watching some videos here regarding end-game engines, and it's been from the last 2-3 years, at least from the games that we've been seeing, but the developers have already been struggling for some time with putting so much quality and assets, like, for example, textures and everything, in even the technology itself. For example, on Unreal Engine 5, how the details work. I'm not an engineer, so I'm going to butcher a lot of stuff here for sure, but the fact that you have like when the details, the level of details, and the variety of details that you can have in a scenario on the game, the textures, how they are made with several layers of textures, so they can don't seem like tiles like we saw in old games. For example, even in Skyrim, all the mountains is the same, because it's the same texture copied all over the place, more polygons. All of this stuff starts to get very complicated and very time consuming, too much time consuming to a certain point, to optimize for lower memory capacities on the GPUs. And I've been seeing some of these things regarding, and I think the 4070 Ti is not going to handle 4040p very well, even though it has like the same memory bus and the same memory capacity. It has less CUDA cores, so less processing power, even though it might try to get a little bit around it with some L2 cache maybe, but even the memory bandwidth, how many gigabytes per second can pass through. It's even less than 3070 Ti. 3070 Ti, if at the time was launched with 12 gigabytes, it will still be a very good GPU at this moment, even though it has like very low L2 cache and everything, but it still handles in a lot of newer games 1440p, like lower details, mainly because then it starts leaking VRAM to the RAM of the system. But yeah, this 4070 Ti, unfortunately, what they're trying to get it to us to do is, if you want to play games in good quality and higher resolution, you have to pay, you have to donate an organ or sell an organ or something like that, or else you're getting screwed with 1080p. And if you want to play 1440p, you have to use DLSS technology, which is basically upscaling with some fake frame rates with the reflex technology for you to mitigate the input lag that you have regarding the fake frame rates. You see where this is going. It's Apple style stuff. If you look at specs on a cell phone, they just make the phones just good enough to last you at least 1 to 2 years maximum, and then everything software wise is optimized and trying to squeeze out the max of the hardware that they put out. Planned obsolescence in this kind of things. Supposedly, when you buy a GPU on this kind of class, a 70 series, you are expecting to play a certain level of games and do certain level of things in other applications that will last you at least 3 to 4 years, because even at $500 is already a big advancement for usually what we can consider an hobby. Of course, if people have jobs that need this kind of specs, they usually tend to be less afraid of spending the money, because they know they are going to make the money of the hardware they are buying. So it's kind of different. But for a hobby, I think Nvidia got this is already like the long-term future that they had. They just want to invest in AI. This is going to be the doom of us all. And the fact that the mining stuff and the fact that the shortages, they inflated a lot of the prices on the 40 series, and they think they can get away with this again. For example, in my case, in my in Middle East market, for example, the 7900 XTX and the 4080 are basically around the same price, the cheapest ones. So they are about the same price. But if I have at this moment in time, if I have an option between one of them, I will go for the AMD. More RAM, the rasterization is there in terms of performance, and I don't know what they're going to do with Nvidia, trying to, I don't know, like Apple bottleneck something in software, so they say that you need to buy a new GPU to handle better the things that will come in the future. I don't know. It's very finicky. We need to start telling Nvidia to this kind of practices is not tolerated, so we just at least buy on the give a little bit competition. If you're a 1080p player, I advise you to even buy some Intel ones. They are very good. They are on the same level of, at this moment, the A77s, if not mistaken. It's on the same level than the 3060, and even in a 6650 XT, I think, give or take, the roundabouts, and they are cheaper. They have also in the Intel, they have AV1 encoders, which is very good for streaming, or if you want to record videos or something like that for YouTube. And the processing power is there, very good, and they are cheaper than the competition. So and if you knew from the newer versions, I at the moment, even though the 7900 XT is not a great value at the moment, it could be a little bit better if they at least lower another $100. I will prefer, because even though if you buy it a little bit overpriced, it would age better than the 4070 Ti for sure. You don't see any complaints of like VRAM blowing out in AMD GPUs, because they have more than enough. It's 20 gigabytes against 12 gigabytes. It's 8 gigabytes of longevity. It's 8 gigabytes. It's what the 4070 Ti had and has at the moment. And the 46 is going to be 8 gigabytes. Is going to struggle on some cases in 1080p, which is insane to think about it. And you're going to see about it a lot, because new games that are coming have more details to show up, and that will force the hardware to work overtime. But yeah, this is my my rant on the NVIDIA GPUs. I just want people to have the best what they have, to have what they have for the money they are going to buy. And regarding that, AMD 7800 X3D, I've been talking about the A620 motherboards because I was not pretty sure of they can handle like at least the X3D variants, but at least there is the high spec A620 boards. They can handle the 7800 XCD, even though it's not like unlock full power. But the differences here are basically this is a comparison between an X670. I think this is Korean from the lettering, if not mistaken. I'm not sure. It doesn't stray away very much in terms of performance. I'm not sure because I cannot read Korean or this language. I think it's Korean. I'm sorry if I'm mistaken. The A620 can handle they have the Expo setting that you can put it at 6,000 memory. The only thing that the CPU can handle, it's like it doesn't reach higher clocks because of the fact that the power delivery on the boards is weaker. But yeah, basically this is it from A7800 XCD. I will wait for like reviews and these kind of boards if they can handle better the CPU or not. But yeah, I've got this one. I pass through this one from my usually sites that I see. This is from like 3 days ago. I don't like this. Resident Evil gets microtransactions for weapons upgrades, which is not good. It doesn't need it. It's not like some finicky stuff, but they're already selling the game good, and greed is on the way of putting themselves and hurting a little bit on this thing. So be careful. Don't spend money that more than you need to. This game is repairable. They have Game Plus, so don't take your chances on this. There was, I think there is being like Star Wars celebration stuff or whatever it is. It's they butcher all over the place the movies and the series, but at least this game, this series of games, is being good. There's been like the final trailer before the launch of the game in 28th of this month. It's very good. I still think that the running animations are a little bit janky, a little bit out of the ordinary, but maybe that's just me. I don't know. Let me know in the comments below. And I'm going to wrap up with some gaming deals. Wall World is out. It seems awesome. It's right about my alley. If you like these kind of things, mining, roguelike, tower defense, it's very good. From all that I've been seeing around. I've been watching a lot of gameplays of this game because I like this kind of games. But yeah, 50% off. It's $5. It's nothing. Just supporting the games, which is always good, especially when they are good games. And regarding decent games, I've got here the Dying Light Enhanced Edition is still free on Epic Games Store until the 13th, I think. So 3 more days maximum for you to get this game for free. And basically that's it. I'm going to wrap up with my GoGetFundMe stuff, which is for me to upgrade my PC to get better and more content for my private clients, and of course start doing some video stuff for them also. And of course in my free spare time I will continue to do this thing of the gaming series, also some scripted content for me to get some deep dives. And basically this is it, guys. I hope you have a full day. I will see you in the next one. Till then, Kunamy Master out.